On today's video, I want to talk about an incident that happened recently here in one of the most popular clubs here in Santo Domingo, Este. At the beginning, I didn't talk about it because we didn't have that much information, and still we have a lot of speculation. We don't have a certain percent because the investigation haven't finished or what really happened that night. But I'm gonna talk about a little bit what we know so far or what people have seen because we don't have, like I said before, we don't have the complete detail of what really happened. But the truth is that this has been a very sad incident for the entire Dominican community, for everybody. Even if you have family members or friends that once in an incident, it doesn't matter. It has been sad for everybody because a lot of the people we did know, even though it wasn't personally, but at least we knew something about them, and it's just sad. So before we start, let's talk about a little bit about the club. This club it was very popular. I don't know how you say it in English, but this club was very like a stamp here in the city. Before I moved to the US, I never went to the Jet Set. I wasn't into the club really much at that time, so I never went to the Jet Set. I started visiting the Jet Set after I moved back. I went with my husband, I went with my family members. I think I had 2 videos in that club, and the other time we went and we don't have no video about it, but we went over there about 4 or 5 times. Even the last time that we visited, it was in January because we was thinking of going to watch El Blachi, but they didn't have seat that we wanted to be, so we didn't decide not to go. But this place it was very popular, and a lot of middle class and upper class people went over there because this club was something they have. Well, when they usually typically open it on Saturdays and Monday, and they typically have a live music, and most of the time was like artists that you will consider good music. So people was over there to have fun, not just young people, or you would say middle-aged people, also mature people and important people went to that club just to go over there and dance or have fun with their wife, co-workers, friends, to celebrate birthdays. So it was a really good place for people to go on Mondays and Saturdays just to have fun and celebrate things. And just to say something else, I think that was one of the clubs that you could go over there and just dance. I mean, just go over there and listen to music and dance because you don't have many here in the city, not that I know of it, but that was one of them that you could go over there and have fun dancing. And that's what I most like because when I go out, I like to dance. And that one was over there, you was able to do that. And just to think about that happened in that club, which it was like, to me was like an important place. So you will think that a place like this that bring that type of crowd will be more careful with their maintenance and to keep the place up to date. So let's talk about what happened. And what happened is during the performance of the artist Ruby Perez, which it was one of the, I would say one of the best artists that we have. He was a merengue singer that all Dominicans know. You can say all Dominicans know Ruby Perez. And during his performance, the ceiling collapsed. The entire ceiling collapsed. That is what was the problem. If that happened on the party, usually this club, like I said, mentioned before, they have performance on Saturdays and Mondays. And his performance was this past Monday. So when everybody found out about this incident, it was Tuesday, early morning, about 1, 2 a.m. was when people found out, or early morning 7 a.m. was like, that time was when I found out what was going on, but that's when everybody found out what was going on. So let's talk about now what we know so far. So what we know up to date, right now, I would say that they have found 228 dead bodies, and they have rescued 198 people. So that's what we know so far. How many estimate told they haven't saved? What I have here, and let's talk about what we have here. So it is a venue that we're supposed to have 750 people. Now, if that is true, I don't know. So that's what we have here so far. Like I said before, we have heard many speculations, so we don't have a entire number or an accurate number yet. So now let's talk about what we have heard that happened or what causes the situation. In what we have heard so far, and most of the reports that we have heard is there was negligence of the owners of this club. It had been said that this club have another accident in 2023 when the club burned, and the ceiling is supposed to be changed. So it was not to be repaired. They were supposed to just take the ceiling down and redo the entire ceiling. And it also came out that the company that did that job suggested to the owner that that ceiling had to be completely renewed, not to be fixed, but it had to be taken down and renewed. And they asked the owner, they did the job that the owner told them to do, even though he didn't want to change it. And also it came out that the cost of changing it was like 4 million pesos. He didn't want to do it. And they said that what he did was just fix it, just put pretty much like you say a band-aid on it. And the company made him sign that they told him that the roof will have to be taken down, and he decided not to do it, just to fix it. So this is what some of the things that people have said and reported. We don't know that for sure because the official report haven't come out. They still investigating, but I'm just saying the things that people have said. So some people have said also that Saturday, when it was another artist performance, people saw things coming out from the ceiling, and they just sweep it, and they said that everything was fine. So it seems to be like it was a lot of signal of that they knew. Besides that he had to change the roof, he never did. Also was signal that something was wrong, and they never fixed it. Plus, also they say there was a very big, huge generator or two of it on top of the roof. Also was a electrical, what you call it, transformer? Yes, electrical transformer on top of it. Again, this is what people have said. I don't know that for sure, but this is what they have saying, that all this was top of the roof beside the pond. They needed to be renewed, it never did. And also that Saturday they saw things coming out of the roof. Even people that was in the club, they saw things coming onto their drinks. If they approached to the workers in there, they said that everything was fine. So it was a lot of mixed signal about that something was wrong in this place, and they decided not to do anything. If that is what I think it is the most hurtful part to me, that some people knew that something was wrong, if they decided not to do something. Now, if that's true or not, again, I don't know, because this is what people are saying. If that's what you feel like, come on. If you need to see something wrong, why you close the club? Why you need to stop it and just cancel off whatever you have, and then just fix what you have to fix, and then continue with your business? Because like I say, this business was like a stamp here in Santo Domingo. Every time that you talk about the GX7, people was, oh, let's go to the GX7 just to have fun, to celebrate. This was like a very, very, very important club here in Santo Domingo. So now, even if they come out and they try to rebuild the place and call it again, do you think anybody will go there? Me personally, I will not go. Did I go to another club? Of course, because you can know, because something happened, you will say that you will never go to a place, even though now I are like conscious and very careful, and I think that's a normal feeling. But just to go back to a GX7, I don't think that I will go back. To me, to honor the people that just died over there, I don't think that I could go. So what had been happening after this accident? The president declared 3 days of mourning, and every time that you go to the street or you go outside, you see everybody talking about the same thing, and it seems like, I don't know, it seems like everybody's sad, like the entire country, like you can feel it that everybody's sad. You don't hear, personally, I haven't heard no music or anything like that. It's just everything quiet, and everybody's sad and talking about the same thing. And like I said before, it doesn't matter if you did have a family member or a friend, just to know that happened, and then somebody that you knew have a friend or a family in there, that is just very sad. So a lot of people want to know if we know people that was affected during this incident. We don't have any personal like friends or family members that was there. In the beginning, I didn't have or knew anybody personally, but then after the day passed, I started hearing from people that I know they have friends or family that was affected during this incident. Like the best friend of my daughter, her aunt was there, she was killed as well. So it is a really sad situation for everybody. So what we should do as a country to move forward? Well, the first thing I think, it's something to be clear, like everybody said, there's nothing that you can do. They're gonna bring these people back unless that you can backtrack that day and know what's gonna happen. And none of us can do that as of right now. But what we can do to move forward. And the first thing that we need to do to start the healing process is to make sure that the person responsible for this incident to held accountable. Because this is game, you just let it go and then sweep it under the rug. Because if you let that happen, it's gonna continue to happen. So I think they just put in an example and make sure that this is just no go on the, like a lot of time happen, just okay, we're gonna forget about that. I don't think that is fair. I think that is the first step for people to start healing during this situation. So this is all what I have for right now. I just wanted to come home and give you an update is what is going on, because I'm sure that you have heard about it or you have seen it on the news, because this make it a very international news. So I just want to say that I'm really sorry about this situation, and I want to give my condolences to everybody that was affected during this situation. And this is all what I have for right now. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share. And if you can, do a prayer for everybody that was in this situation. This is all what I have for right now. Bye.